Introduction to JavaScript Programming course. I'm excited to have you on this course, and I will just spend a little bit of time going through the course overview. Okay, so before we go on, let me just say a little bit about myself. I will be the instructor for this course. And so my name is Tolu Adelowo, and I am the director here at Cousant, and I'm the founder also at Cousant. Cousant is the element or the entity that's bringing you this training today and for this whole course. So my experience is that I studied computer science in the UK many years ago, but let's leave that as our little secret. And over my professional career, before I started Cousant, I was a software engineer, and I worked in a variety of places developing software for different businesses. An interesting fact about me is that I've used almost 8 programming languages uh, throughout my career. JavaScript definitely is one of them, which is why I'm teaching you today. But also, I've used a few other ones: C Sharp, Java. I've even used assembly language. Imagine assembly. But yeah, so I've used quite a few. Some of them you've seen, some of them you've heard of. But today on this course, I will be teaching about JavaScript. So there are some prerequisites to taking this course, and I will just go over them very quickly. First of all, you need a very good laptop. I'm sure if you're watching this now, you have a laptop or some sort of computer. You need a very good internet connection. Um, this course, it's only online, and everything you'll be doing is online. And so a good internet connection will ensure you get the most out of this course. You need a good web browser. Presumably everyone has one. And then you need to be familiar with HTML and CSS. We will be building basic web pages during the duration of this course. And so it's important to sort of have some basic ideas and understanding of how HTML and CSS work. And most importantly, you need loads and loads and loads of enthusiasm and determination. I know that learning to program is simple, but it can also be very frustrating. And so please be patient. Be patient with yourself, be patient with me. Take your time to go through the course and be determined. And if you are, you will certainly become a good JavaScript programmer. So, what is JavaScript? JavaScript is the programming language for adding complex features to web pages. Some people say JavaScript is the programming language of the web. So all those interaction and features that we see on certain web pages, those are all developed using JavaScript. So for example, your Google Maps, all those interactive maps that we use, there's a lot of JavaScript code behind that, making that very interactive to use. Animated graphics, if you have seen some really cool graphics online, a lot of them are being developed by JavaScript. So JavaScript is also a great programming language to learn if you want to go into games. Uh, Even things as basic as chat rooms. So if you're on an online chat platform and you are chatting with your friends or with your colleagues, the fact that your chats and your messages are seen in real time, a lot of that has some JavaScript element to it. But beyond that, JavaScript is a framework that can also be used for mobile application development. So a lot of the mobile apps that we have, they are all so a lot of them are actually developed using some JavaScript framework. So JavaScript is a great programming language to learn for both the web and for mobile. Okay, so to take this course, we will need some development tools, and the good thing is that a lot of them are free. The first one we will need, or the first type of tool we will need, is a simple text editor. So even something as basic as Notepad we can use. Notepad++, also another free text editor you can download from the web. There's Sublime Text, that also is free, can be downloaded from the web. And we have Visual Studio Code. Now, Visual Studio Code is our preferred development tool, and that's the tool I will be using in the duration of this course. You can download it if you don't have it at code.visualstudio.com/download. That is code.visualstudio.com/download. Beyond that, we also need a modern web browser. I'm sure you have one already, but just to be sure, Google Chrome is a good modern web browser, and that is the preferred one, and that's the one I'll be using for this course. But you can also use Firefox, you can use Opera, you can use Internet Explorer. You don't have to use Google Chrome at all. You can use any of the other ones. There are some useful resources that I have for you. One of the first one is Eloquent JavaScript ebook by Martin Haverbeck. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This ebook will act as supporting material for all students. It can be downloaded for free under the Creative Commons license from https://eloquentjavascript.net/eloquent_javascript.pdf. I believe you can download this for your personal use, but please do check the licensing restrictions on sharing or copying or whatever. Also, if you need a quick primer on HTML and CSS, which is a prerequisite for this course, you can go to developer.mozilla.org. There are a lot of free resources to learn HTML, CSS on there. So before I bring this whole course overview to a close, let me quickly talk about the outcomes. These are the outcomes you should be expecting from this course. After this course, you should be able to understand the fundamentals of JavaScript programming. You should be able to integrate with an external API. In particular, we will be integrating with a payment gateway so that we will create a sample web page that can take payments by a user's card. We would also be looking at how we validate forms using JavaScript. That's one of the very basic functionalities of using JavaScript, is to validate forms when users enter information and want to submit. And finally, we would look at how we manipulate different elements in a web page. And so those are the course outcomes. There are a few more things in between, but by the end of this course, these are the things that you should expect to get and should understand from this course. So that's it. That brings our course overview to an end. And hopefully I'll see you in the next class. Don't forget to download all the resources, and see you in the next class.